Behind us is the canal, which has just had a bit of restoration work. The trees taken out and the channel cleared of those mostly willow, some alder, and the foliage has been taken back so that we can open up the waterway for use sometime in the not too distant future. What's been left is the brush from the trees and huge piles everywhere, which look a bit untidy at the moment, but we build something called dead hedges, and they become great places for habitat. They're packed in densely and are loved by mammals and nesting birds. So all this will be built into a dead hedge with the bramble behind, and then as we mow along here for wildflowers, etc., we'll put the mowings on the dead hedge and create a great habitat from the stuff that we've taken out of the canal. And it's a way of compensating for, the disturbance that we create in restoring the canal. So this is a dead hedge we did last year, and you can see that it's sort of moulded into the countryside. And let's say we put grass mowings on top. It's protecting the coppicing behind, which is now 2 years old, and it's starting to. We'll start putting more stuff on it, build it up into a barrier, and it'll go into soil eventually and rot into the landscape, and we've planted a hedge here, so provide some nutrients for the new growing hedge as well. So it's much better than actually burning the stuff on a bonfire and creating more carbon dioxide and increasing the planet's temperature. So I'm standing on a spot here, which is between the canal at the top there and the river just behind me. And what Ray's done with the digger here is create what we call a scrape. Again, something to compensate for the disturbance of wildlife in the restoring of the canal. So we have a culvert coming down behind you here. And in the winter, this is actually blocked because it used to run to the river, but it's been blocked here, and all the water would run in here. And now we're going to make a sort of winter pond, which is great for habitat, great for newts, great for grass snakes, and all sorts of creatures which will benefit from it. In the summer, like this, it'll be dried out, and there may be a little bit of growth, but the dry soil is good for warming up insects. So insects warm up quicker on dry soil than they do on grass. So in the middle we've created an island for animals to have a respite that are using the scrape. With the scrape we'll come and mow down this bay willow herb and these really tall growing shrubs and bring it back to the pasture that it was 10-15 years ago when we started restoring the canal. And that will create a better habitat than these sort of vigorous growing plants, as say thistles and bay willow herb. They are sort of dominating the area at the moment. If we just mow them down for a couple of seasons, we'll get back to grassland, which is a more diverse habitat for insects and birds, etc. A few days ago we were at the new scrape, which was completely dry, and of course 2 days of heavy rain, and there we are. So I've already seen dragonflies using it, dipping their little tails in there, and it will be a great place for wildlife to compensate our work on the new stretch of canal which we've just cleared. So the culvert that goes under the canal is flowing quite freely now with the amount of rain we've had, and running into the scrape. We might do a little bit of adjustment to make sure that we get the right levels. It's sometimes difficult to do when you're doing it by eye, and to scrape out a bit more so that we create that island. But yeah, it's going well. Good. So we started the coppicing last year in this area. You can see the regrowth. Those hazel stands were cut right to the ground. Wildflowers are now growing in between them, and it has rejuvenated the hazel stalls. This is the sort of work we're going to be doing in the winter. We've got plans to plant some more trees further along in the Nash Hill section. So if you're interested in joining us and taking part in that, really improving the area for wildlife, creating woodland pasture and doing our coppicing work, managing the woodland, all part of the work that we're doing along the canal. So please come along and volunteer. You can go to our website at wiltsberkscanaltrust.org and get details of how to volunteer. It would be great to see you down here.
Okay, Howard.
Yeah.
When you're ready.
Where am I standing then?
Well, yeah, you're in shot now.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
You ready? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We're ready to go.